Hello viewers, welcome to my channel IITJ Olympiads and AP Physics with Ambarish. And in today's video, I have brought another challenge from Pathfinder. There are three parts to this challenge. I am doing the first part of this question in this video. This is based on intensity variation in Doppler effect. So let's read the question. So if the separation between a source and detector changes due to relative motion between them, the detector detects sound of pitch different from that emitted by the source. This is well known Doppler effect. This observed change in pitch is known as Doppler's shift and the effect is known as Doppler's effect. Fine. Under the conditions when Doppler's shift is observed, intensity of sound also changes. Now generally we do not talk about intensity in most of the problems. We are just interested in frequency, but in this problem we are going to talk about the intensity changes. Okay. In this task, we study the change in intensity of sound detected by a detector due to the relative motion between the source and the detector. So there is a source, and in part A the source is stationary but the detector is moving with the velocity Vd over here, and the source is emitting power P in all the directions. Isotropically it is emitting a power P and the detector is moving, and then we have to find out what is the intensity detected by the detector when the distance between the source and the detector is r. So let me completely read the statement. What does it say? In the intensity of the sound detected by the detector due to the relative motion between the source and detector. A point source is emitting sound isotropically. This should have been isotropically at constant power p. Isotropically means in all directions it is emitting equal power. Okay, and the sound travels with the velocity c relative to the air. A detector is moving with a constant velocity Vd towards the stationary source in stellar. Find the suitable expression for intensity I of the sound received by the detector at a distance r from the source. So this distance r is given. Okay, if you want you can give it a try and then you can have a look at my solution. Okay, I'll get into my solution right away. So we'll solve this problem by analogy with flow of water. So we know that if rho is the density of fluid and v is the local velocity, then mass flow rate through any area is given, any area vector ds is given as rho into there should have been area. Okay, fine, ds is there. So if ds is this area, if this area is ds and this velocity is v, then volumetric flow rate is nothing but v vector dot ds vector. That can be shown very easily because v dot ds will mean v ds cos theta, and ds cos theta is nothing but the projection area of this inclined area. Okay, and if the velocity is v and the projection area is something a, let us say dA, then dA into this is the volumetric flow rate. That can as well be written as, if we take area as the vector, so perpendicular normal to the area if we take as the vector, so flow rate is nothing but v times ds times cos theta, and that can be written as v vector dot ds vector, right? So that's what I've written, the volumetric flow rate, and you multiply it by the mass density, that then this becomes the mass flow rate. Okay, and we'll use the analogy for energy flow rate, finding the energy flow rate and then relating it to intensity. Okay, so instead of mass density, suppose rho over the energy density in the space with local energy flow velocity being v vector. So see, as the sound wave is traveling, we can say that energy is flowing in different directions, just like water is flowing in case of fluid flow. Okay, so local energy flow velocity being v, rather here in our case the local velocity will be c, right? And then the rate of energy flow is nothing but rho times v dot ds, where rho is the energy density, right? Now intensity of the sound wave at any distance r, what will be the intensity? So this is the source of power p, and at a distance small r, the energy spreads over a sphere of radius r, and that surface area becomes 4 pi r square. So what is the intensity at a distance r? That is simply p upon 4 pi r square. So this is the intensity at a general distance r. Now let's consider a small cylinder of thickness dr and cross section area ds. So I'm imagining that as the energy is flowing, it's passing through some small cylinder of, let us say, cross sectional area ds, and this thickness is dr, which is equal to c dt, where c is the velocity of sound and dt is the time for which the sound has traveled. I'm considering this cylinder. Okay, so consider a small cylinder of thickness dr and cross section ds along the direction of energy propagation. Okay, so now what's the volume of this cylinder? So volume of this cylinder is ds, that's the cross section area, into c dt. Okay, let's call this d capital V. Okay, so small volume, some infinitesimal small volume. So how much energy would have crossed inside this? See, energy per unit time per unit area here is I, So and in dt time the energy travels a distance dt, so this I the energy that was here in this volume, that has now entered the cylindrical volume. Okay, so energy filling the cylinder in a time dt will be what? That will be intensity into cross sectional area into dt, right? Because this becomes energy per unit time, and since energy has been traveling for time dt, so filled energy is I into ds into dt, right? Now what can I do with this? See, ds into c dt is dv, a small amount of volume. So ds into dt is nothing but dv by c. So that's what I've written. ds into dt I've written as dv divided by this c. So this is your small amount of energy that is filled in the cylinder, right? So what is the energy density? So volume of the cylinder is ds into c dt. So you find the du by dv. You take the volume of the cylinder here and you get du by dv. That is the energy density. That becomes simply I by c. And I, of course, I found I is p upon 4 pi r square, as I found earlier. Okay, and this divided by c, this becomes your energy density, right? Energy density. Now from the frame of the observer, the sound energy is flowing with what speed? See, the sound is flowing with the speed c in ground frame, and detector is moving with the velocity vd. So from the frame of the detector, actually the sound is flowing with the speed of c plus vd. That's what I've written. So energy is flowing with speed, let it be some small v, that is equal to c plus vd. Okay, and let's say detector have some area ds, let us say. So how much will be the energy flow per unit time? So that will be what? Energy density into so what will be the energy flow rate? So recall that I told you that mass flow rate was rho into what? Rho into v dot ds, right? No, so in our case, velocity gets replaced by what? C plus vd. So that's what I've written for velocity, and dot ds becomes simply ds, because I am considering the area perpendicular to the flow of energy. So the dot product, so it is simply rho ds times c plus vd. Okay, so this is your energy flow rate per unit time. Okay, so now you want the energy per unit time per unit area, so you can take this ds over here. So let's call this as the received intensity as received by the detector. So I prime I'm calling it. So I prime means it will be ds will be coming here, so this becomes 1 by ds into du by dt, and that is simply rho into c plus vd. And rho I proved earlier, rho was I by c. See, here I proved rho is I by c. So that I by c I have put over here. So I by c into c plus vd, and I is what? I was p upon 4 pi r square, and this c goes inside and becomes 1 plus vd by c. So this is your intensity as detected by the detector, and that's our final answer. So that was the solution to part A of chapter 10, check your understanding, 13th problem, part A, and I'll be doing part B and C in tomorrow's video or day after tomorrow's video. And if you I hope you liked my analysis of the problem, and if you did like my analysis, please do give a thumbs up to my video, and share this video as much as possible with your peer group through WhatsApp or Telegram groups or Discord servers. And most importantly, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel for more awesome stuff. I'll try to bring in new ideas, novel ideas that will help you in your preparation for JEE or Olympiads. Thanks a lot for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next